She only served 9 months for brutally unaliving her 2-year-old foster child. This case is going to make you very angry. The case of Lucas Call. In 2017, CPS caseworkers removed Lucas and his little sister from their biological mother, Shelby, and they placed these children in Lisa's home. And by 2018, Lucas would be dead. Utah, August 2018. Sheriff deputies respond to a call that a child has been found unresponsive at the home of Lisa and Cody Vanderlinden. But when deputies arrive at the home, they find Lucas is dead, and he's been that way for some time. Officers noted Lucas's little face was covered in bruises, his body covered in abrasions, so Lucas's remains were taken to the medical examiner's office for an autopsy. In the meantime, Lisa and her family were interviewed. Now, Lisa had other foster, biological, and adoptive children in the home. Those children told police that the day before they were all having dinner, and they were all talking about how this was the first time Lucas didn't have any bruising on his face, as a visitation with his biological mother was coming up. Now, his biological mom, Shelby Call, had reported to CPS numerous times that every time she seen her child, he was covered in bruises. So during their family dinner, the family says that Lisa became very frustrated and angry with Lucas. She physically removed him from the dinner table and took him to the bathroom. Her family said they heard a loud bang, Lucas crying and vomiting from inside the bathroom, and that when they came out of the bathroom, Lucas could not walk and wasn't acting normal. Police also spoke to Lisa's friends. Lisa's friends told police that she didn't even want Lucas. The only reason she was fostering him is because she actually wanted to adopt his little sister. But to get his little sister, she had to take him too. The medical examiner ruled Lucas had died from blunt force trauma and blunt force injuries. Lisa tried to tell police that her older son had jumped off the top bunk bed and landed on Lucas. But the medical examiner said there was no way he got these injuries from that type of accident. The medical examiner said Lucas was covered in bruises and abrasions. His biological family alleges that his liver had been cut in half. So Lisa ended up admitting to authorities that she had become angry with Lucas during that dinner. Lisa admitted that she didn't call 911 or seek any type of medical attention for Lucas, even though she knew he needed help. Let's not forget, this is a trained nurse. As police continued to investigate, they found internet searches on Lisa's phone. She had Googled internal bleeding. How do I treat internal bleeding? On the night that Lucas was unalived. Lisa was charged with aggravated murder, but Lisa struck a plea deal with prosecutors. She instead pled guilty to felony child abuse homicide. Prosecutors claim they made this deal because they didn't want other children in the home to have to testify. But y'all know me. I say, let them testify if it puts a killer behind bars. Judge Samuel Chiara said his hands were tied. He claimed, based on the law and her plea agreement, he could only give her 1 year in county jail. He also said there wasn't enough evidence in this case to prove she had beaten Lucas to death, and that he hoped justice had been served. Now, the prosecutors and attorney general claimed that was not true, and that Judge Chiara could have sentenced Lisa to 5 years in prison, but he chose not to for whatever reason. Well, Mr. Judge Chiara, let me inform you, justice was not served in this case. You and the prosecutors absolutely failed this child, and you let a killer walk free. So Lisa only serves 9 months in county jail, and then she was released. Now, Lisa even admitted to the court she knew what she did was reckless, not getting Lucas any medical attention when she knew something was wrong with him. You cannot prove to me that her, a trained nurse, did not know that he needed help. But guys, you're not even going to believe this. More than 70 people close to Lisa sent letters to the judge begging for mercy on her behalf, begging for the judge to let her go. Now let's go back. Lucas and his sister were removed from their biological mother, Shelby's custody, because CPS claimed Shelby had a learning disability. CPS deemed Shelby an unfit parent because of that learning disability. Even though these children never went without food, clothing, shelter, power, these children were always taken care of. They were always supported in Shelby's custody. CPS still took her children away from her and placed them in Lisa's home. Now, we all know that Lisa worked very closely with CPS, and I think CPS helped Lisa take this little girl from Shelby because Lisa wanted her. Lisa was collecting children the way rich men collect watches. Shelby Call filed so many reports on behalf of her son's well-being that CPS threatened to cut all her visits if she didn't stop reporting Lisa. You tell me that's not corruption. And caseworkers did not investigate any of Shelby's reports because they were butt buddies with Lisa. And get this, after Shelby's son was unalived in Lisa's home, CPS took Shelby's parental rights and refused to let her see her daughter ever again. Shelby did not unalive her son, Lisa did. But guess who gets to see her children to this day? Lisa. CPS forbade Shelby from having any more children. They even harassed her after Lucas died, and they cut all her parental rights to her surviving daughter. Shelby says that one day she got a baby doll to try to help herself heal after losing her son, that she was pushing this baby doll in a stroller down the street when a CPS worker stopped and ran up to her and said, "You're not supposed to have a baby," and snatched the blanket off and found the baby doll. That's how much they harassed her. This corruption goes so much deeper.